Hey guys. All right, so we're getting ready to start the Automo blocks. Sorry for the confusion, but my son is sick, so I'm making this from home right now. There's two locations that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to. One, the actual assignment 5.2b, Introduction to CAD Modeling Skills. If I scroll down here, you can see the passenger base. It's having you emboss this T9. All right, it's giving you guys some examples. We're going to kind of skip through some of this right here, and I'm going to go to the drawing sheets to show you guys what's going down. And then here you can see the beginnings of the windshield right here. This one I do want you using before you go over to the drawings that are dimensioned, because this one is a little bit more straightforward and will make creating the windshield easier. Okay, because you can see it has some steps that it walks you through, and I want you guys doing these steps before you transfer over to the drawings. Okay, and again, where do we find those drawings? Well, if I go up, I go to resources. I want you guys downloading this drawing right here. And then this is a video that will help you with the windshield as well. But I will also be creating a video for you guys, okay? So again, these drawings right here, which I already have them downloaded, and they are right here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what we're doing is we're going to start sketching this passenger base section for the T9. That's the truck. So if I'm looking at these dimensions here, I can see this is the front face that I want to begin with. All right, I want to start with this front face, and then I'm going to extrude this back. Okay, we're going to have several sketches. We're going to have the sketch for this. We're going to have the sketch for this feature. We'll have the sketch for this feature, which is the pinstripes, all right, or racing stripes. Okay, and then we'll have a sketch for the back. Okay, so if I'm looking at this, here I can locate this measurement right here, and if I look at the arrows, I can see that this is my overall width, and then my overall height. So I'm looking something, well, here's a line right here, here's a line right here. So this is my overall height, okay? So that's what I'm going to start with. And then if I'm looking for what my overall depth would be, like my overall extrusion, well, I can see that this is at the back. This one is at the front, so then I locate this. Well, that's 3.17. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in a minute. First, make sure that you guys are in your Automo Blocks project folder. All right, so go find your Automo Blocks project folder that you created, hopefully. If you did not, then you got to go to projects. You got to go through that process, the new, to make sure that Automo Blocks folder has been created. All right, so if I go up to my Automo Blocks folder, there we go. Now I go to part, and I'm ready to start a new part. All right, start my sketch. Still on the XY plane, and I'm going to start with the rectangle. Okay, and again, remember what my drawings are. They are, or my dimensions, I'm sorry, 3.17 overall width, 1.53 overall height. And those are the only ones I'm concerned with at this time. All right, so click and drag. So the first one is my overall width. I'm going to tab into the next box, and 1.53 is my overall height. I'm going to hit the front key. All right, I'm done with that. Finish that sketch. Hit the home key so I can see it. Extrude it. Well, what was my extrusion depth? Well, if we have to go back, let's go back. Remember, overall depth is that 3.17. Okay. So I'm going to type that in, 3.17, enter, and I'm done. So I have the overall shape of the passenger base. So now I am ready to begin doing my other sketches. Well, there's a couple different ways you could go. You could go ahead and do the top if you'd like to do that first, or you could do this front face first. Okay, it's up to you, but I'm going to help you guys out, and I'm going to show you how that's done. So I'm going to do the front face. So now I'm looking at what is the overall width of this rectangle right here. Well, I can locate that, which is 2.4. Now I'm looking for the overall height. Well, I have some dimension lines right here. Go out. I can see that that is 0.93. And then I have an overall depth of 0.57 right there. Okay. So I have those dimensions. So now I can go back. I can create a sketch. And there you can see, create a sketch. Whoops, right there. I'm going to use my rectangle tool, and I am just going to sketch this bad boy out. Okay, so I can see that it is 2.5. I need 2.4. Tab into that box, and I think it was 0.93. Hit enter. Now I have to dimension this. So the first thing I'm going to do is project my geometry. What that does is it projects the lines that create the object and its geometry. So here you can see everything is highlighted in yellow. It makes it easier when you're trying to dimension, select lines. Okay, so I'm going to select my dimension, go back to my drawings, and my first one, well, I can see that I have a dimension right here, and it's saying from this line to this line is 0.30. Okay, so that's my first constraint. So that's from the top. So I'm going to go here to here, bring that over, and that is 0.30. Okay, I'm going to go back to the drawing. I'm going to find my other dimension, and my other dimension is going to be from this side to that side, which is 0.39. All right. So again, dimension this side to that side, and we're pretty close, 0.39. All right, and you can see it moved over a little bit. I'm done. Finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude it. I want that, and then I need it to go the other way. And if we remember right, looking at that drawing, my extrusion is 0.57. Okay, it's done. All right. Now, I'm not going to do this sketch on the top. I am not going to do that sketch on the side, or on the back, I'm sorry. All right, I want you guys, that's something that you guys are going to have to learn. You guys got to do that on your own. All right, but I am going to show you the fillets and that kind of thing, because that's you do have to do those on here. So I go back to the drawing, and I'm looking at this overall fillet right here. You see that rounded edge, okay? Well, if I go look, I can locate these radiuses for my fillet. So here it says I have 4 of them, and it has 0.30. Well, if there's 4 of them, using just common knowledge, basic sense, guys, you should see, okay, well, if it's on this edge, well, then the 4 would be on the other 3 edges on the outside, okay? Well, then I look at this one. Well, this one says 4 times r of a radius of 0.20, and it's pointing right here. Well, let's use some common sense, right? Well, if it's pointing right here, then I guess that means 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, does that make sense? So you can see the overall sketch here for the passenger base here, and you can see more fillets on the inside. All right, so let's make sure that we're paying attention to those. Okay, here you can see the overall width. Here you can see the overall, I'm sorry, that would be length. This one would be width, okay? And then you have an overall depth. All right, so see if you guys can get that done. All right, let's go ahead and go back now. And again, so we're doing those 4 radiuses that are each 30. All right, so I'll do one for you. So I go to my fillet. I'm going to go ahead and type that in now. 3, 0. And then I'm going to go to the lines that need the fillet. All right, come down here, fillet that, all 4 are done. Go ahead and hit the green button. I'm done. Okay, so that's how you do the fillets. Let's see if you guys can handle doing those fillets there. All right, now the next one is tricky. Okay, this little section view. All right, so it's pulled out, and what it is, this is the racing stripe that goes on each side. Okay, so if I look at this, I have to dimension this in a couple different ways. One, I got to get my overall like width, and then the depth that it comes back, right? So here you can see that that is dimensioned at 0.6, and you can see that this is dimensioned at 0.06, and then you can see that that is dimensioned from the top line to this line right here. Okay, so it's important to keep that in mind. All right, so if I go back, all right, it's going to look something like this. I'm just going to do one of them for you. I'm going to create the sketch. Okay, and then I am going to use I'm going to do the line tool on this one. Try this one. Okay, you can use the rectangle. I'm just going to try this line tool. It's trying to constrain it to some lines here. What? I'm tabbing here. How about 90 degrees? Tab. I can do 0.06 now. There we go. Alright. Now I'm ready to make sure this thing is fully dimensioned. Alright, so I'm going to go here to here. Well, that's 0.6. Yeah, perfect. And I don't need, I'm just not going to accept that since it is there. Alright, and then I'm going to dimension from here to here, which was 0.30. Alright. And then dimension from here to there, which was 0.06. Alright. I'm going to finish that sketch. Alright, I'm going to extrude. I want it to go that way. I'm going to go to next because I want it to go all the way through. I could also pick all the way through. Alright. I'm going to zoom out. There you see I have my racing stripe. Alright, so give this passenger base a try. Alright, making sure that you guys get all the fillets in. Make sure you get the racing stripe on the other side. And then make sure that you get the cutout section for the passenger base section where the people go. And then the back. Alright, you gotta get to the back. And you're gonna have to do the sketch on the back according to the drawings here. Alright. I wish you guys luck. Hope this works. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye.